Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Get ready to lean in, because today's story is less about ghosts and more about echoes. Echoes from the past, specifically from a disconnected phone in an abandoned diner that just wouldn't stay silent. Imagine this. Late October 2024. A closed-up diner, silent for nearly 30 years. No electricity, no active phone line, and the number? It vanished from existence back in 1995, but then, for 3 nights in a row, precisely at 11:03 p.m., a slow, deliberate ring cut through the stillness. Not a cell phone, no. This was an old-school rotary, the kind that clicked when you dialed, heavy and gray, its coiled cord brittle with age. Goosebumps, right? This isn't just some spooky tale. It's a slice of eerie Americana from Halvorsen Bay, Oregon. That's a town nestled right at the edge of the Pacific fog belt, a place where cell signals mysteriously vanish and the ocean always sounds closer than it is. For decades, locals knew it as Marlene's Kitchen, a beloved diner by the highway. It shut its doors back in '95 after Marlene, the owner, passed away. Her daughter, Annette, left everything exactly as it was. A time capsule. The old rotary phone sat near the register, next to a guest book stained with coffee rings, waiting. Life went on, people drove by, and Marlene's Kitchen faded into the background until last fall. That's when a new couple, David and Lena, bought the property with big dreams of turning it into a seafood cafe. On their very first night, as they started cleaning, they heard it. One ring. A pause. Then another. By the time they reached the counter, the sound had stopped. David, being the logical one, immediately checked the breaker box. Nothing. The phone line itself was cut clean behind the wall. Ancient copper wiring rusted green. Yet, when he tentatively lifted the receiver, a faint static hissed on the other end. Not dead air, no, but something almost like breathing. Lena heard it too. But she also heard something else. A soft female voice, repeating a name she didn't recognize. "Hello? Who is this?" David asked into the static. A moment of silence. Then a chilling whisper. "You shouldn't be here." That night, they left the diner lights on, locked everything up tight, and drove home. The next morning, they returned to find the phone had moved 3 feet across the counter. The cord was still stretched taut, as if someone had pulled it towards them, then gently set it back down. That's when the whispers started circulating through Halvorsen Bay. Word travels fast in a small town, especially when it's about a haunted diner phone. The local sheriff, a good-humored fellow, came by to take a look, half joking about the whole thing. He even brought a handheld tester, but it didn't even register a flicker of voltage. This phone, by all accounts, was completely dead. But as the sun dipped behind the rugged cliffs that evening, the phone rang again. This time, the sheriff picked it up. Static. Then a voice. Low, distorted. Male. "This is 147. Anyone copy?" The sheriff frowned. He knew that call sign. 147 was a frequency used by emergency dispatch back in the 1980s, decades before Halvorsen switched over to modern systems. "Who is this?" He pressed. A pause. Then the voice replied, "You're late." The line went dead. They say the sheriff drove back to the station in silence that night, and when he got there, he quietly left his badge on his desk. The mystery deepened. 2 weeks later, utility workers arrived to replace an old junction box behind the diner. Buried deep in the insulation, they found another rotary dial handset. Not the one from the counter, but an older model, black and heavy. The receiver was still off the hook. Here's where the pieces started to click into place. Records later revealed that the phone number for Marlene's Kitchen had once belonged to a rescue dispatcher from the Halvorsen Coast Guard unit. That unit had shut down abruptly after a devastating storm in 1994, the same storm where 3 rescue boats went missing at sea. Their crews, their boats, all vanished without a trace. None of the bodies were ever found. And the last recorded call ever made from that very number? It was placed at precisely 11:03 p.m. David and Lina, despite everything, finished their renovations. They opened their seafood cafe, and it became a local favorite. But they left the mysterious phone right where it was, by the window, facing the wild, untamed ocean. And sometimes, when the fog rolls in thick and heavy, the lights in the diner flicker once, like a quiet pulse. If you're driving Highway 9 past Halvorsen Bay around 11 p.m., you might just catch the faint glow of the neon open sign through the mist. And they say if you stop, and if you listen closely, you can still hear it. Not loud, not shrill, but steady, calm, and incredibly patient. Ring, pause, always waiting. Some calls, it seems, never truly disconnect. They just wait until someone answers. What an incredible and haunting story, right? It makes you wonder what kind of history lingers in the places we pass every day. If you enjoyed this dive into the unexplained, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more captivating tales, and let me know in the comments below what you think the phone is waiting for. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.